Some of you might be scared of failing, and I get it, trust me. But today, I want to show you how failure and resilience go hand in hand in creating the life that you dream of. Let's start with failure. So what is failure really? Society tells us that failure is losing, and it's a reason to quit. But here's the truth. Failure is a stepping stone of success. Every failure is a lesson wrapped in disguise. Think of your favorite artists, entrepreneurs, creators. Do you know what they have in common? They've all failed. Not just once, but many times. And that failure didn't stop them. Instead, it gave them something that sharpened them, that made them relentless. For me, failure showed up in ways that I never expected. Whether it was a song that didn't hit the charts, a client that didn't sign up, or moments when I felt like giving up on my dreams. But every time I hit a wall, I found something new. I learned, I grew, I adapted. And that's on resilience, and it's how you bounce back. It's about getting up one more time than you get knocked down. Think about that for a moment, because every setback, every no, every thing that you hear that doesn't go against your grain is an opportunity for greater, a yes later. Because every time we fail, we grow and we stretch our limits. We find new pathways that lead us closer to our dreams. Today, I challenge you to fail. That's right, go out there and fail spectacularly. Take risks and step into the unknown and make bold moves, because failure will show you what you're truly capable of. Failure is not the end. It's the beginning of a new chapter. Resilience is the choice to keep going no matter what. It's the belief that what you want is truly worth fighting for. And let me tell you, the best things in life are always worth fighting for. So, the next time you fail, embrace it, learn from it, grow from it, and then rise up stronger and more resilient than before. Remember, the journey isn't about avoiding failure. It's about mastering it. You've got this. Let's go create something amazing. So let me tell you a story about a time that I failed. So for me, failure has shown up in ways that I never really expected. There was a time when I thought my career was all mapped out. I was working a solid job, making decent money, but something wasn't right. I wasn't following my passion, and I was too afraid to take that leap into what really called me. Music. So I decided to make a bold move. I quit my stable job. Yeah, that sounds crazy, right? But I knew if I didn't chase my dream now, I'd live a life of regret. And guess what? At first, it didn't work out the way that I imagined. And there were months where I doubted myself. Projects fell through, songs didn't connect, and the financial stress was real. It felt like failure after failure. But here's where the resilience kicked in. I could have easily packed it up, gone back to my 9-to-5 grind, but something inside me, call it a gut feeling, a fire, told me to keep pushing. I had moments where I was literally back at my parents' home, backtracking from LA, thinking, did I just throw my life away? But I didn't let that stop me. I started small. I made music in my childhood bedroom. I networked. I DM'd producers and mentors, hoping someone would believe in my vision. And some did, and most didn't. And that's okay. Because during that time, I found my sound. I figured out what I wanted to say through my music. And the failures taught me more success than success ever could. And there were nights I spent doubting if I was cut out for this, thinking about giving it all up. But something incredible happened. The more that I embraced my failure, the more resilient I became. I realized that failure is only the final stop if you let it be. If you quit, the game's over. But if you keep going, the failure is just another chapter, not the end of the story. So I kept going, and here's the key. I stopped seeing failure as something to be ashamed of. Instead, I started seeing it as a badge of honor, because every time I failed, I learned, I adapted, I grew stronger. And honestly, that's where true resilience is born. You see, resilience isn't about being tough all the time. It's about being flexible. It's about bouncing back, pivoting when necessary, and holding on to that fire inside of you. No matter what the outside world is saying, resilience is believing in your journey when no one else sees it. Think about the last time you failed. What did it teach you? I bet if you look closely, that failure was trying to guide you towards something better, something more aligned with who you truly are. And here's what I want you to do. Don't run from failure. Don't let it scare you. Instead, embrace it. Fail hard, fail fast, fail forward. And every time you fall, you're one step closer to mastering your craft, one step closer to a version of yourself that can handle anything. Think about it. Every great artist, every successful entrepreneur, every visionary has failed. But it wasn't the failure that defined them. It's how they bounced back. That resilience, it's the belief that no matter how many times that you fail, you're going to get back up every single time. So, friends, whether it's in music, business, or life, failure is a part of the process. It's not a sign that you're not good enough. It's proof that you're trying, you're taking risks, you're pushing yourself to grow. I've failed many times, and I'm still here, standing strong, more passionate, and more driven than ever before. And if I can do it, so can you. Let's be real. Failure is an unavoidable thing, but that's what you do next. And what you do next, that's resilience. So get out, make bold moves, take risks, and remember that every time you fail, you're one step closer to success. Don't let the fear of failure overcome you. Master it. And I promise you, your breakthrough is just around the corner. Let me tell you and take you a little deeper into my story. So I started out like many of you, working a stable job, making decent money, but deep down, I was really unfulfilled. Deep down, I knew that I was for something bigger. So I made the bold move. I quit. I left behind financial security to chase my dream of becoming a full-time artist. And it wasn't easy. There were times where I doubted myself and things definitely didn't go as planned. I had to move back into my parents' house. I hit a lot of roadblocks and songs didn't land. Opportunities fell through. But each failure taught me something new. And every setback was a chance to grow, refine my craft, and become more resilient. And through it all, I found my sound, I found my vision, and most importantly, I found the strength to keep going. And that's what I want you to take away. No matter how many times you fail, resilience will get you back up and move you forward. And so let's go a little bit deeper. I remember I was living in LA, chasing the dream, producing music, trying to get noticed, attending the right events, networking with other artists. But as some of you might know, the financial pressure of LA is quite extensive. And it felt like no matter how hard I worked, something was missing. And eventually I had to make the tough decision to move back home to Wisconsin. And it felt like I was hitting rock bottom and like I had failed. But in reality, that was the turning point. And living with my parents, I'm so grateful for them and to have the support system that I do and for a place to go back to and work on my craft. And so without the weight of LA rent, I had some space to breathe, reflect, and really just dial in on my music. And I could hear my voice start to come out again. And here's the thing. Going back home wasn't a step backward. It was a reset. And I got to double down on my craft, experiment with new sounds, and specifically find my sound, and focus on what truly mattered. And I reached out to music producers, mentors. I sent countless DMs and emails. And yes, I heard no more times than I cared to admit. But with every rejection, every closed door was a lesson. And slowly, I realized that failure was refining me, making me more resilient. And I learned that failing isn't the issue. It's staying down that kills dreams. So I got up. again and again because I knew that deep down I was meant for more. And now I'm stronger. I'm more focused, and I'm more passionate about my music than ever. And I'm so grateful for all the times that I failed.